Well, once again, Peacemaker delivered yet another episode. This one called Back to the Suture. Why? I don't know. Peacemaker did have some cuts and stuff. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe the suture between the universes or something. Anyway, of course, you know, Rick Flag Sr. wants him. They set up the takedown with Amelia. And so, oh no, Amelia's decided to just go ahead and turn him in, going to sell him out so she can get back in with the government. But turns out her word, copacetic, that she sent to Chris Smith on the phone was her code word for him not to show up because it's too dangerous. You know, the opposite of what it means. But of course, he just had to see her. If there was one possible chance that the two of them could be together. And if not, well, you knew what he was going to do. He's going to dash over to the other universe where that Amelia is all into him, you know? Pretty simple. And so you have this set up. There's some unfortunate things, but they didn't know where we would be now. But anyway, never mind that for now, you know. So he's able to take down most of them, and they come at him, you know. But then we learn that, what's her name, the other girl who's really hot in those pants, but I can't remember. Yeah, I'm forgetting her name. Anyway, turns out she's a cyborg. She's got like a bionic eye. And so it made it virtually impossible for her to miss. And Chris had a hostage and all that sort of stuff. And then Rick Flag Sr. said, go ahead and take the shot. You know, they're supposed to capture him, tranquilize him and all this stuff. But so then Harcourt once again reveals that she's really on Chris's side, goes in to take him down and choke him out. So once again, little toothpick-limbed Amelia Harcourt takes. Now, granted, in this particular scene, you could argue that Chris doesn't give her much resistance because he doesn't want to hurt her and all that sort of thing. So anyway, they got him. They take him in to be interrogated, and Rick Flag Sr. beats the crap out of him because he hates him for what happened to his son. And they double down on the revelation that Rick Flag Jr. and Amelia had a little affair, even though they had to keep it in context that he was in a relationship with June Moon, the Enchantress from the Suicide Squad movie. And but of course he was mentioning like the relationship wasn't going anywhere or whatever, or they were already on the verge of breaking up. So I guess that handles it. But apparently at the time, Amelia was really into it. She made it seem like she wasn't, but then again, that's her way. And they give you the flashback of his funeral, and she promises his father that I'm going to find the asshole who did this, and I'm going to get revenge, you know, for Rick. And well, life has a funny way of changing things, you know. And so that didn't happen, and now obviously her attitude has changed, and probably we'll get to the point that, hey, she really does have feelings for Chris, even though she's probably going to walk in on him with this other version of herself. But we'll see how that goes, you know. All right, so they do that, and then Economos comes up with an idea of how to get him out of this problem, basically booking him with law enforcement. So now, you know, they can't just do a black bag operation here because it's public. And so he's able to bail out and all this sort of thing. And basically he wants to get back to his cabin, and he's decided that there's no hope for him and Amelia. So there's nothing left for him in this world. And he wants to go to what he sees as the good one. And so he sets that up, and he does it in a way where he can shut the door permanently and he can't come back. So that's what he does. But Judo Master follows him into the other world. He's unaware of this, but he does. He took Eagly with him, of course. But Eagly had his own adventure, and basically at this point I'll reveal this was not that exciting of an episode. At least the last one, you had the fight scene with the terrorists that Peacemaker did. That was kind of cool. But this one, well, it's the soap opera and stuff. And I could accept some of it, but it's like it's dragging the show. But Eagle comes in, and his scenes are always good. And he has his battle with the eagle hunter. And I'm not going to spoil that, but that's pretty cool. And we learned something about Eagle. Yeah. So anyway, Eagle rejoins Peacemaker, and off they go to the other world, And his friends are like, what the hell? But they do have the little alien device that opens these doors, and they just got to figure out how to do it. And so there you are. And meanwhile, Hot Pants Girl is zeroing in on Rick Flag Sr. because she's got interest and power and position and whatnot. And she's warming up to him. And yeah, he's not complaining, you understand. You can understand that. I do. Anyway, but she was talking about what he did and stuff. And really, I had the shot. And he said, yeah, but I knew Amelia wouldn't allow that to happen. I knew she would take him down. And this all sets it up so we can get the dimensional doorway. Like he hasn't lost his objectivity. Sure, he wants to get revenge on Chris, but the real mission is the threat of the dimensional doorway. So there you go. At least that's his story. But whatever, Chris got the drop on him pretty much by accident and leaves. And then the gang recovers the device. So Rick Flag Sr. is out of luck for the moment. And that's that. Then you get a couple of scenes. He's back with his alternate versions of his brother and his father, and they're off doing heroic works. It shows them flying around through the sky. Apparently, they took down the kaiju from the Superman movie in their universe, and all this. Or there's a brief little, media snippet of that. And so he's just like, well, life's great. And then he reunites with the alternate Amelia Harcourt. And, it's all romantic, and the screen goes to black. So, all right, there's some things that are interesting, but with really the best part is, once again, the bird. They didn't give enough for Tim Meadows, who's probably the next best thing on the show. The rest of them, there's some chuckles here and there, but nowhere near what they were doing in the previous season. It's just like, I don't know. The energy was just sapped out for some reason. So this is pretty far in, so I guess it'll pick up to send it off. But plus, there's the added business of that orgy. That's the first thing you see after Superman. What the hell was the thinking in that? That's still gonna haunt the whole damn season. I don't know. Speaking of Superman, now he's on Max, so there you go. If you didn't go see him, well, you can see Superman. And then you'll all be caught up on the DCU. Yeah. Wherever that's going. I guess they're still polishing it up and stuff for the sale. That's it's happening. I just don't know who wins the bidding war. Paramount, Netflix, I don't know. But we'll find out, Anyway, yeah, kind of a lackluster episode, It's too bad. But that bird's cool. It's a great actor. I don't really care about the award shows anymore, but if I did, that bird deserves an Emmy. Oh, yeah.